Good morning, good evening, or is it a good afternoon? Depending on how much sleep Nigerian society has already stolen from you. Tonight, I want to show you something, not a language lesson, not exactly, more like survival notes. Because if you've spent enough time around Nigerians, you eventually discover something very strange. The most important messages are rarely hidden in words. Yeah, they are hidden in the atmosphere surrounding those words. The timing, the facial expression, the silence before the sentence, and the silence after the sentence. And sometimes the actual sentence is the least important part, which is quite unfortunate, especially for foreigners, because many of them arrive believing conversations are straightforward. That belief does not survive long. Somebody says, "You are welcome," and somehow that's not the message. Somebody says, "No worry," and suddenly you are worried. Somebody says, "No wahala," and experience Nigerians' immediate begin reviewing recent life decisions. I'll take that again. Suddenly, someone says, "No wahala," but you are worried. You start reviewing your life decisions. Hmm, I've been observing this for years now, and tonight, I think it's time we finally discuss it. Let us start with one of the most famous examples, no wahala. Hmm. Now, on paper, this phrase is harmless, beautiful even. It means no problem, no worries, it's okay. Hmm. A very peaceful sentence, a friendly sentence, a sentence that should reduce stress. And sometimes it does. Sometimes. But there's another version, and that version has ended friendships, destroyed group projects, created family meetings, and even launched investigations. The dangerous version is very difficult to explain because technically The words stay exactly the same. Only the temperature changes. Hmm. Now, imagine this. You borrowed money from somebody. You promised to return it on Friday. Friday arrives. You disappeared. Saturday arrived. You disappeared professionally. Sunday arrives. And your phone suddenly develops emotional issue. Then one day, you finally send a message. You explain. You even apologize. You write three solid paragraphs. You even make am fall. And the reply comes back. Only two words. Hmm, no wahala. Now, a non-Nigerian might relax here. That is understandable. They are looking at the words. The Nigerian is looking at the weather. Because that situation there where the person says no wahala does not mean there is no problem. It simply means the problem has completed orientation. Your file has been opened. The matter don't get killing. And your name has entered a system you cannot currently see. Nobody is shouting. Nobody is arguing. Which somehow makes it worse. The truly dangerous Nigerians are often very calm. Too calm. The argument ends. Their voice becomes soft. Their responses become shorter. Their punctuation becomes excellent. This is usually not a sign of meaning. Umbami. And what's fascinating is that Nigerians rarely announce this transition. They know Wahala transition. There is no warning bell. There is even no emergency broadcast. No official statement. Hmm. 1 minute, you are having a disagreement. The next minute, somebody has said, no wahala. And peace has become suspicious. Hmm. Now, before Nigerians in the comments becomes angry, I should say this. Not every no wahala is dangerous. Some people genuinely mean it. Hmm. But if that statement arrives too quickly. Shine your eyes, oh, shine them well, well. If this sentence arrives too quickly, you guys stay careful. And if this sentence arrives after you don't do something with a very, very questionable, make you start to prepare your explanation. Not immediately, just keep one nearby. Hmm. As you dey enjoy your evening, or your afternoon, or even your morning, make I tell you wetin dey fascinate me very well. Nigerians can remain incredibly polite during this entire process of no wahala. Yeah? Dem fit greet you. They may even ask about your family. They fit even wish you safe journey or even safe travels. And somehow, all of that can happen while your case is still pending. Hmm. I've seen people smile through disagreements that would become documentaries in other countries. Which brings me to another mystery, a phrase that always confuses visitors and has also frustrated friends and permanently damaged sketches. I'm coming. I'm coming. Or you fit say, I dey come. If you are very unfamiliar with Nigerian culture, this phrase appears extremely simple. Hmm. Somebody says, I'm coming. You naturally assume movement has begun. These tiny assumptions don't harm many innocent people. Because for Nigeria, upcoming is not always a location update. Sometimes it's a dream. Hmm. Let's say you are waiting for your friend. You call them, then pick, then answer. You asked, where are you? And they say, I dey come. Interesting. Because what they are actually doing might surprise everyone involved. They may still be inside the house. They may still be choosing what to wear. They may still be buying what to wear. They may still be deciding whether they truly want to go out or even attend this event. Hmm, wahala dey o. reason be say this phrase has already been released into society. Now, to be fair, this isn't necessarily dishonesty. Do you know what I think? I think it's something else. I think I become often means I acknowledge your desire for my arrival, which is very different from the arrival itself. Sometimes the sentence means, please stop asking. I am making progress internally. And sometimes it could mean, let's not trust in God. The most impressive part is how confidently the sentence is always delivered. I dey come. A person can be nowhere near you, not emotionally, not physically, not geographically, and still say, I dey come with complete conviction. I dey come. I've always wondered when Nigerians learn this because children somehow understand it. Adults understand it. Grandparents understand it. Everybody understands it. Nobody remembers the lesson. Hmm. It's like social software that arrives pre-installed. Foreigners struggle because they are listening literally. Nigerians listen culturally, and that is the difference because Nigerian conversations often operate on two levels: the sentence and the sentence behind the sentence. You know what? Make I repeat myself. Foreigners struggle because they are listening literally. Nigerians are listening culturally, and that's the difference because Nigerian conversations often operate on two levels: the sentence and the sentence behind the sentence. Hmm. The words and the atmosphere, the statement and the emotional translation, which means if you are learning Nigerian communication, you are not really learning vocabulary. Hmm. If you dey learn pidgin English, you no dey learn pidgin words. You are learning weather patterns. And honestly, that's probably why Nigerian conversations feel so alive, unpredictable, complicated, occasionally dangerous, but alive. Now, there's another phrase we need to discuss. A phrase that sounds supportive, encouraging even. A phrase that has quietly ended more conversations than people realize. And it all begins with four innocent words. Hmm, hmm. Now, before we do that, I will need you to subscribe so you don't listen for Nigerian words. You know exactly what to say in conversations because Nigerian conversations are usually unpredictable, complicated, occasionally dangerous, but alive. I dey come and I go see you tomorrow. Na good night too. I'm gonna stay safe. Na Ezinoma dey talk.